Walker. I play with Bo Bice on the road from American Idol.
Nick DeVan, running GED Soul Records, a small independent record label.
Chuck McGill. I'm the owner of the bandstand, Jackson, Tennessee.
John Winters. I'm a guitarist and vocalist.
Practice.
Networking.
Getting connected. The most important thing is starting just doing any music when you're young, really, because it seems like anybody who played any instrument from an early age, if they got some of the basics down early, it sticks with you, you know.
And I see it around here with these kids that take lessons here in the store. They learn so much in a short period of time because they don't forget anything. They don't have anything else on their mind to speak of. They're like a sponge. I mean, they soak up everything and remember it. You know, now at my age especially, and you'll come to see this, you got to play to tread water. You know, just to stay in the same place. And that's a lot of times now somebody will call a song and I don't know what key it is. Oh, come on. So you know, yeah, early on, small children especially, they just soak it up.
Particularly if you're not playing every day, your fingers can get soft and your hands get out of shape. And if you don't use it, you'll lose some of it. You won't lose all of it. You know, you can play. You know, you can pick up a guitar and play a few chords, and it's okay. But if you really want to be good, you've got to stay on top of your chops. You got to be playing every day.
After that, I don't really consider it practicing, though. It's just playing. And you know, I play constantly, but I don't practice. You know what I mean? Like I just sit around, noodle, and have fun with the guitar, which came a lot later. But having that mentality makes practicing way easier.
It was more like just trying to figure out tunes. I can remember in my teens I had a electric guitar, an old Sears and Roebuck guitar that had an amp in the case. But I was trying to learn Traffic and old Zeppelin tunes, stuff like that. It's basically just put me in a position, and I'm no great player by any means, but it's put me in a position where I can go out and do gigs, and I have a real wide variety of things that I can do, you know, as a player. You know, I can play several different kinds of music, and I got a lot of that education from just playing. But this store's helped me too, because you know, guys come in, we sit down and jam, I pick up stuff from them. And YouTube, for today's player, especially for a guitar player. Now, a sax player, yeah, it's still, even for a sax player, but there's so many hidden technique issues with a saxophone that you can't look at a guy and go, oh yeah, I see, he's curling his tongue a little. But with a guitar, you can see where they're playing, you know. I'd work for hours trying to figure out a lick on a guitar neck, and I'd be in the wrong place. And if I was in the right place, oh yeah, just that works. You know, that visual thing is just super important to learning.
I'd say a big part of it is just listening to a lot of music. I think if the more music that you're exposed to, I think that is a skill. And it's something you can acquire, but just being able to tell different genres, what's needed in each genre, and knowing what music people really like, you know, is listening to the radio and talking with people and figuring out, even if you don't like it, but lots of people are liking it, you know, that's still saying something. What is it that people like about it? What can you take from that that you could do your own way that people like, something about that people like?
Your ability to play and emote what you feel and not be a technical guy that can, look at, you know. A great example of that is Yngwie Malmsteen. There was a write-up about him. He played a show one time, and the writer said he filled every nanosecond with notes, not one of them memorable. So you don't want to get that kind of rap. You want to be a soulful, you know, be able to play something, no matter what kind of music it is. You might not consider that type of music soulful, but there is soul in every kind of music. So that and your personality too, to me.
But it's I feel like I'm constantly learning. You know, being around other musicians, trying to pick their brains, and it's a never-ending process. Networking is everything. I mean, if you're playing music, you are essentially in business for yourself. If nobody knows who you are, you're never going to get any work.
More important than being able to play good, really.
Yeah.
It really is. It's who you know and being at the right place at the right time. So a lot of it's the luck of draw and a crapshoot, but you can always up your game by knowing people and really just getting out and talking to people and wherever you can go, but not being annoying about it, which is the hardest thing to figure out how to do, is to shove yourself down their throat, but not be the guy that's like, I wish that guy would shut up, I never want to see him again, you know. So there's a fine line you got to walk there. But yeah, that's definitely the most important thing. I mean, just like the Bo Bice gig, I would have never got that had I not just met D. Scott Miller and made a good impression on him the day before. I mean, it's all just like that.
I think in the music business, you got to be. You also have to be pretty congenial, and you got to be nice to people, because when you're making art, a negative, you know, being nasty often just doesn't transfer well. People don't perform well under that type of pressure. So a lot of I think just getting along with people is really important. That's a skill you got to have to play good music. You got to really. It's so much more fun to play music with people that you know and enjoy their presence. It just, you sit down and it feels good. And if you can't connect with people, then you're gonna have a lot of trouble with that.
Being able to talk to people and relate to people and not annoy people, but not seem like you're stuck up because you're not talking enough, and just having a personality of your own that's likable, that really ties to me with your ability on your instrument, whatever it is. Because even, I mean, I've been in gigs really on the road and stuff. I mean, if you look at being on the road, you're stuck in a tin can that moves down the road, and you are stuck with those people all day, every day. And if there's one guy you can't stand, you will fight. Eventually. You will. And it's just, that leads to troubled times. So your personality really got to be there, and your ability to keep your head on straight when you're out in that world and not get too taken in by whatever substance you enjoy to where you can't handle yourself. You know, you got to have a good self, really, as much as a good player.
If you're a really good musician, you don't have to have a great personality. If you're not a great musician, you need a really good personality. But honestly, you know, the end result is either people like what they see or they don't. And if the music's mediocre but they have a good time, then it's, you know, it's still a successful venture. But whatever it is, the crowd's got to like it, either because of great music or a funny show, or, you know, something compelling to watch.
Music is always enjoyed by people together, or at least often, you know, and it's definitely made with lots of people. So you got to get out there and meet people, one way or the other, playing gigs or internet even, you know.
There's still some positive things about the business. It's just harder to find your niche. You got to find a niche, and you got to touch base with people.
That's what it's all about. It's networking. I enjoy playing. I love what I do, and that's fun. Getting up in the morning and not feeling like I have to work. Like I just grab my guitar and play and sing for some people. Something that, you know, I would have liked to done anyway.
Playing music and getting paid for it. It's unbelievable to me every single day that I get a check, that I can pay rent and pay bills and have fun doing work.
Yeah, just getting music out there with good songs recorded, because once they're recorded, I feel like they're gonna be there after I'm gone. I guess that's kind of narcissistic, but that's definitely part of it. It's just really fun to have stuff out there that you know you worked on and are proud of. You don't have to have a lot of nice equipment, and you don't even really have to be that great of a musician. You know, if you have artistic drive and you feel that you really want to do it, you know, it's really not that hard. It's just trying it, and your first 2 records might not be good, but you know, if you just keep at it and really listen to a lot of music and take criticism, you can really make it happen. And it really feels good when you finally feel like you've been working on your style and you kind of succeed on creating something that you and other people like to listen to.
Do what you love, and you will do good at it. If you don't love it, you'll suck at it.
The people that are going to do it probably already know in their heart that that's what they're going to wind up doing.
Yeah, there's things you change. You would change, you look back, but not many.